we're here live after the NFL Combine, which is, is it slightly overrated? Probably. But does it matter? Yes. I know there's a lot of people out there that says it doesn't really matter, and um, I kind of disagree with that. In that it does matter. It does matter for NFL teams and GMs and for certain players. Now, again, is it the be all end all? Absolutely not. Are we going to get workout warriors who destroy the combine and just can never play football? Absolutely. Devontae Walker was that guy last year, and obviously he was just a rookie last year, so we can't count him out. But there's always guys who are going to light it up at the combine, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be good in the NFL. But I do think it matters. So we'll get into all of that. Make sure to hit the like button as you join. I see Cheeseheads is already in here. How's it going? Hit that like button. Yep, I'm going to drop the link to the where do I want to go? I'm going to go here. I'm going to drop the link to the rookie draft here. There it is. If you want to join our rookie draft, hop on in. We are playing with some landing spots, but I do want to touch upon the combine a little bit. Again, I kind of mentioned it just 30 seconds ago or so, but it does matter to a certain extent. Guys like, for example, Tez Johnson, who, the biggest concern with him is his size. And now a team can overlook that if the guy's going to run in the low 4.3s or even in the 4.2s. Tutu Atwell is the perfect example, right? Tutu Atwell was a pretty small player, productive at Louisville, ran like a 4.39, I believe it was, or maybe even faster. So for Tez Johnson to run in the 4.5s, that's, I think, is probably going to kill his chance at being potentially a top a day 2 pick in the NFL draft. I think he had to have run, in the 4.3s or better in order to be that day 2. Ollie Gordon's another one, a little bit concerning to see him run only a run. I think I unplugged my microphone there for a second. Let me plug that bad boy back in. There we go. Get that going. Sorry, guys, just trying to figure out my mic's being a little buggy right now and not connecting for whatever reason. I'll get the link here for you. All right, so there we go. Brendan, let me know if that works. Right there, this link here. But yeah, with the combine and stuff, what really matters when it comes to the combine, I think the 40 time is overrated. I agree with people in that sense. Obviously, you want to run a decent one, but to me, what's actually more important is the 10-yard split. 10-yard split and vertical for wide receivers translate the most in terms of the players that are successful in the NFL usually have a pretty good 10-yard split and a pretty good vertical. And so, guys like Isaiah Bond this year had a really good 10-yard split. Savion Williams, Jalen Royals had one of the best 10-yard splits. Matthew Golden obviously running a 4.29, I believe it was, fastest for. I think he was the second fastest in the entire combine out of all positions. Vertical jump is also very important. Again, is it slightly overrated? Sure, but it does matter. It does matter. To say it doesn't matter is not. It's just you're kind of lying to yourself if you do say it doesn't matter. 10-yard split for running backs is also very important. 10-yard splits for running backs is extremely, extremely important. Bucky Irving is a perfect example last year. He ran a 4.55. People are a little bit concerned, but his 10-yard split was a 1.54, which is not amazing, but it's above average. So his 10-yard split within the first 10 yards, he was actually pretty good. He was better than average. He was above average. And that's really what matters for running backs is, can you hit the hole? Right? Running backs are going to run 10 yards a lot more than they're going to run 40 yards. So it's more about your initial burst and can you hit the hole. we had some good Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, DJ Giddens was a big surprise in terms of how he ran. I think a lot of people thought he was going to run in the 4.5s. So for him to run a low 4.4 was, pretty nice to see. Broad jump is good for running backs as well, shows their explosiveness. We had some really good numbers here. So I don't know. It was interesting. Let me know what you guys think about the combine overall. What's up, Marvin? How's it going? The roll says Braylon Allen plus Ollie equals Ollie Gordon. Braylon Allen plus equals Ollie Gordon and Mike Lee have a better landing spot in draft capital. Yeah, for sure. Golden push Burden out of the first round, that's for sure. I don't know if he pushed him out of the first round, but I think Golden is in contention to be maybe wide receiver 2 now. I feel a little bit I'm excited about that because I was a big Matthew Golden guy. I had him as my wide receiver 3 in this draft class. I put him ahead of Emeka Ibuka in the same tier as those guys, but ahead of him. Now Emeka Ibuka is going to run his 40 in his pro day, and he's probably going to run in the 4.3s or whatever. So, I'm excited about Golden. I was very shocked that he ran a 4.29. Very, very shocked. I did not expect him to run a 4.29. I was thinking, at best a high 4.3. And I was thinking more low 4.4, but yeah, that's awesome. Hampton will be the RB1 in this running back class. I like it, Cass. I like it. Ollie Gordon is giving me some Henry vibes. Yeah, it's possible for sure. It's interesting to say the least about Hampton. I think he had a great combine. I mean, he kind of did everything that I expected him to do. He had a good 40-yard time. He had a good 10-yard split. He had a good broad jump, which shows his explosiveness. So, he kind of did what he needed to do. So, again, the way I am looking at the combine is two ways. One, confirming what I see on the tape and production, right? Like Matthew Golden is another one. And Matthew Golden's another one, or he's one of those where like I liked what I saw on tape, and now the combine is kind of confirming some of those things, and even more so. And another way I use it is, okay, maybe go back and look, oh, this guy tested really well. Let me go back and give him another look and see if I'm missing something here. So, can we overrate it a bit? Sure, but it's still valuable. We still have 3 spots open, guys. 3 spots open in this mock draft. Make sure to hit the like button, guys, and the subscribe if you're not subscribed. We are, I believe, 5 subscribers away from 1130. So we're slowly marching to 1,200. So help us get there. If you haven't, obviously hit the like button on this video. Sanders isn't a quarterback worth trading up for. I'd rather not trade up and see what Dart can do. I like his tape. One of my top 5 quarterbacks in this draft. Down with fun. Don't worry, you still have time to hop in. I see you're in there. But my top 5 quarterbacks, I'm Cam Ward, number 1. I am Shador Sanders, still number 2. Jackson Dart, and they're in a tier, by the way. Cam Ward and Shador Sanders. Tier 2 for me is Jackson Dart and Jalen Milroe. Again, that's more for fantasy, right? That's more for fantasy is the Jalen Milroe. He can run the ball. So even if I only get 2 years and the guy gives me 2 years as a starting quarterback and he's going to run the ball for 700, 800 yards and multiple touchdowns, that's going to be valuable. And then I really don't know who my QB5 is. Like, it could be Will Howard. It could be Dylan Gabriel. I think Dylan Gabriel is interesting because I think he has everything but the size. So I think that's a little bit interesting there, is that he has everything but the size. Quinn Ewers is probably in that tier, so I really don't know who my QB5 is right now. Really, really don't. Marvin says he really likes Ibuka as wide receiver 1. He reminds me of a bigger Zay Flowers and Cooper Kupp. I love it, man. I think Ibuka is awesome. I think he's awesome. Paul says, what order do you have these 4 running backs? Hampton, Henderson, Johnson, Judkins. So I am Hampton and Henderson in tier 2 for me. Genty's tier 1 by himself. Hampton, Henderson, tier 2 together. And then I have Johnson, Dylan Sampson, and Quinshon Judkins in a tier together. Although I was excited about what I saw from Judkins and how he tested out. Yeah. So that's how I would have it. I would have it in that order, how you wrote it, Paul. Hampton, Henderson, Johnson, Judkins. Real quick, guys, we are going to start this mock draft here up. We have 3 spots open. 3 spots are open. If you are watching and you want to hop in, there's the link right here. We're going to start it as soon as I go over these landing spots real quick. We are playing with landing spots. I'm going to leave the link to the landing spots we are playing with. This doesn't take into account combine stuff. So I think a lot of those mock drafts are going to be coming out tomorrow, Monday. So, we'll be playing around with those going forward. But these are the landing spots in the world we're playing with. We have Cam Ward. Going to the Titans. Shedeur Sanders is a Giant. Travis Hunter is a Patriot. Tet McMillan, a Panther. Ashton Jeanty, a Cowboy. Tyler Warren, a Colt. Luther Burden, a Buck. Colston Loveland, a Bronco. Emeka Egbuka is a Charger. Matthew Golden is a Commander, 29th overall. Jackson Dart's a Raider, early second round. Elijah Arroyo is a Dolphin. Bengals take Omarion Hampton, Travion Henderson to the Broncos, Caleb Johnson to the Steelers. Those three running backs go within 4 picks of each other. Alec Iomanor is a Texan. Quinshaw Judkins is a Raider. Isaiah Bond is a Jag. Milrow is a Saint. Scattaboo is a Bear. He had a really good vertical. Jaden Higgins is a Raider. Higgins and Jalen Noel really tested well, especially Jalen Noel. I'm excited about Jalen Noel. Higgins is a Raider. Besh is a Cowboy. Tez Johnson, I don't know if he's going to go 3rd round anymore, is a Cardinal. Mason Taylor's a Seahawk. Jalen Royals is a Steeler. Harold Fannin a Charger. Savion Williams is a Ram. Quinn Ewers is a Jet. Jalen Noel and Ollie Gordon is a Viking. So that is the world we are playing in. We are doing a 12-team Superflex PPR. We'll do 1-point tight end premium for the first time. We'll probably run back another one, and maybe we'll do non-tight end premium. So I'm going to put that in the chat real quick. I got to type. Sorry for the mic noises. 12-team Superflex PPR 1-point tight end premium league. There are still 3 spots, guys. I'm going to start this in just 2 minutes. I'm going to start this draft up in 2 minutes. So we got 1 spot left. 1 spot left here. If someone wants to claim it, that would be fantastic. Starting in just 2 minutes. Again, 12-team Superflex PPR 1-point tight end premium. Need to make sure I have my draft settings all set up. We got a linear draft, 1.5 minutes on the clock. Rookies only. Roster settings are good. And so we had Cam Ward to the Titans, Shedeur Sanders to the Giants. Travis Hunter is a Patriot. Tet McMillan is a Panther. Ashton Jeanty's a Cowboy. Tyler Warren is a Colt. Luther Burden is a Buccaneer. Colston Loveland's a Bronco. Emeka Egbuka is a Charger. Matthew Golden, a Commander. I'll go through the second round real quick, and then we'll start. Jackson Dart is a Raider in the second round. Elijah Arroyo is a Dolphin. Omarion Hampton's a Bengal. Travion Henderson's a Bronco. Caleb Johnson's a Steeler. Alec Iomanor is a Texan. And then there's some 3rd round guys there, which, again, I know you're on your phone there, the roll, but you can click here and kind of go back and forth. But we're going to get this bad boy started. Don't want to keep you guys waiting that have been in here. So let's do it. Let us do it. So this is post-combine rookie mock draft. We see Ashton Jeanty go 101, Omarion Hampton going 102. So, I love Omarion Hampton so much, man. Like I kind of agree, not necessarily agree with who was it that said it? Cass here. And Cass, I know you're in here. I thought you were in here. I'm pretty sure you're at the 102. Duh. I kind of agree with you, not in the sense that I think I still think Jeanty's an amazing player, but Omarion Hampton could be really damn good, man. He could be really damn good. So I like that pick. I'm going to go ahead and take. Shoot. I'm going to go ahead and take Tet McMillan. Tet McMillan to the Panthers at the 8th overall pick. Hard to pass up there. So go ahead and take Tet McMillan. Guys, make sure to hit that like button if you're watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And also join our Discord if you want to get into these rookie mock drafts with us. The best way to do it is to get into the Discord, and I'll announce when we go live every time we go live. We also do team reviews. If you want team reviews, we do startup mock drafts, and we're going to be doing real money leagues. We're going to start putting those together this week. I'm going to start contacting people that I know want to join. Some of the people that have been with us from the beginning, and kind of give them, first choice in terms of if they want to join or not. And then we're going to kind of open it up to everyone. We'll see how many leagues we're going to put together. I think we have enough for sure for one, maybe two. So we will see if we can get multiple leagues in there as we see the Ohio State running backs off the board, Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson. By the way, Judkins went to the Raiders in this mock draft, and Travion Henderson went to the Broncos in this mock draft. So, what do we have here? We have 5 of the first 6 picks are running backs, which is crazy. Caleb Johnson, but it could go that way. It absolutely could go that way. Caleb Johnson at the 107, and we get the QB1 here. We get the QB1 at the 108, the number 1 overall pick. This is how good this draft class is. I know we came into this year comparing it to last year. Hot take, I think that this year could be deeper. I'm not saying it's as top heavy because you don't have the value positions like the quarterbacks last year and the wide receivers. This year is more running backs, tight ends heavy, some wide receivers in there. I think this year could be deeper than last year. I really think that's a case here. So, I mean, you're getting Luther Burden at the 109. Luther Burden he's a top 20 pick here. Again, this is a 1-point tight end premium league as well. We haven't even had a tight end off the board. So, I'll get you guys for sure. A roll cast. We're going to get you guys in there. It is going to be a money league. Money leagues. We don't have to go crazy with the money, but it's always fun to play for at least something. As we got Mega Marv on the clock here at the 110, and he should make his pick here soon. So, Mecca Ibuka at the 107. Start thinking about your favorite pick here in the first round, because I'm going to be asking you guys for sure. So join our Discord, guys. If you want to join those real money leagues, join them here. You want to get in these rookie mock drafts, and we'll start up another rookie mock draft here after this one, and we'll see how we go. As my mic keeps kind of crapping on me. All right, Mega Marv. I'm not sure what happened here, but I'll go ahead and make the pick for him. Tyler Warren, it is, and I'll make the 111 here, and I'll go Shedeur Sanders. So, it just shows you how good this draft class is, man. You're getting Shedeur Sanders at the end of the first round. Despite what you think of him, you still have to acknowledge that getting a quarterback that's drafted 3rd overall in a super flex league at the 111 is incredibly good value, and it's a good risk to take, right? It just is. As we see Travis Hunter off the board. I did want to pause it real quick. Sorry, guys. My microphone keeps crapping out here, so it mutes whenever it changes. It mutes me when all right. I'm having microphone issues, as you can probably tell, but tell me what the best value is in the first round. I know my mic, I think, went to my headphones now, but what's your favorite first round pick? Cheesehead says whoever gets wherever Warren goes, so that's at the 110. I mean, Tyler Warren in a 1-point tight end premium league going at the 110 is pretty insane. And we have Travion Henderson. Trenton says Travion Henderson going at the 105. Love it. Love to see it. What else do you guys love here? It's hard to disagree with Tyler Warren. It's hard to disagree with Cam Ward. having Cam Ward at the 108, the QB1 taking 101 overall. So it's hard to disagree with that as well. But we'll start this bad boy up. Travis Hunter might turn out to be the best value. You're right. You're right. That's the hard part about Hunter. I didn't see how he tested or anything, actually. I'll have to go back and see here. But yeah, I mean, you're telling me like the potential wide receiver one, if he is a wide receiver going at the 201. Brendan says he's been in love with Henderson, but it's hard to not love what Judkins did. Yeah, Judkins definitely helped his stock. Again, don't want to put too much stock into it, but again, when the film and the numbers lines up with the combine, that's when you can use the combine to help you, right? And again, don't be focused too much on 40-yard dash times, 40-yard dash times. The 10-yard splits are key. Bucky Irving is a good example. I mentioned this at the top of the show. He ran a 4.55. A lot of people were down on him. His 10-yard split was above average, though. It was better than a lot of people. So as Colston Loveland is the 20th overall pick in a tight end premium league going to the Broncos, and you get him at the 202. Again, this draft, especially if you play in tight end premium, this draft is stacked, man. This draft is stacked. I'm taking Matthew Golden at the 203. He goes to the Commanders, 29th overall. He obviously really helped his draft stock. Really, really helped his draft stock this weekend. So again, he's another one of those where I already liked him before the combine. I had him as my wide receiver 3. The combine just confirms what you see on the tape. So love to see it. Love to see it. As we got Brendan on the clock here, he's gonna take someone. We got Devin Neal off the board. Devin Neal, what did you think of Devin Neal's weekend? I thought he was just fine. I don't think he did anything to hurt himself. Don't think he did anything to help himself necessarily, like his draft capital. But Cam Scatteraboo is a great pick. He goes to the Bears in this mock draft. Jackson Dart, who is an early second-round pick, going to the Raiders. I heard Dart and Milrow quarterbacks. I think quarterbacks are where the combine is probably the least impactful, because it's like you don't really care too much about what they're doing in terms of the athletic stuff. I mean, it helps if you're athletic, but it's not gonna, you're not gonna dock someone for not being super athletic at the quarterback position. And then the throwing is just kind of like, okay, there's no pressure, and that's all I really care about is how do you throw under pressure. So quarterbacks are probably, it doesn't help at all, the combine. But I heard Milrow and Jackson Dart looked good, at least throwing the ball. So Trey Harris off the board here. Trey Harris goes to, I think I forgot Trey Harris in mind, but he goes to the Ravens, I believe. So Trey Harris is off the board here. Cheesehead says Warren on the Colts is going to help Richardson's stock skyrocket, probably. And again, we hated the draft spot for Brock Bowers last year. We hated it, and he was the tight end 1 or tight end 2, whatever he finished as. Tight end 1, tight end 2. So, like, yeah, I don't mind Warren to the Colts. I really don't. Ollie Gordon 10-yard split was more than good enough. I don't know why it said boiling. Yeah. Paul here says, I think Loveland to the Broncos is a lot better than Warren to the Colts. Sure. Bashal Tootin off the board. I predicted that he was going to have the fastest. I don't know if I said it on a video or not, but I predicted to myself, which doesn't really matter if I didn't say it on video, that he was going to be the fastest 40-yard time. And he was, right? In terms of running backs, he was the fastest. So Bashal Tootin, man, I didn't know he was that fast. What was it, a 4.32? 4.32. But Paul, are you Loveland over Warren, just like in a vacuum, or would you take Loveland over Warren given the landing spots? Like, how are you with those two players? Just fine, not really an athletic freak to begin with. Yeah, Devin Neal is not an athletic freak, so he's a good, solid player for sure. Good, solid player. He doesn't do anything spectacularly. He's just good, productive, does all the right things. So Loveland may be the better fantasy producer, especially if these landing spots come to life. Warren certainly the better all over. Yeah. My take on that is I don't necessarily disagree with you. But I disagree with the people that say like, oh, I don't care if Loveland can't block because blocking doesn't give me fantasy points. And no, it doesn't directly give you fantasy points, but it gets you on the field. And you look at guys like Kate Otten and Cole Kmet, and I think I need to make the pick here for Mega Marv. Kate Otten and Cole Kmet. I'm going to take Elijah Arroyo. Elijah Arroyo here, who went to the Dolphins, and then I'll go ahead and grab. Screw it. Let's take RJ Harvey. He had a good weekend. Yeah, and so Dalton Kincaid. Where was I? Oh, I was talking about blocking tight end. So, Kate Otten and Cole Kmet are perfect examples of guys who they are fantasy relevant, not because they're some kind of athletic freak or great receivers. They're good players, but they just do everything that needs to be done for a tight end. So they're literally on the field like 100% of the snaps, and that's why again those guys are at least borderline starters. Dalton Kincaid is a cautionary tale. Kyle Pitts is a cautionary tale, right? Of guys who they don't do everything they need to do to get on the field 80, 90% of the time, which is generally what we need for tight ends. We need them at 70% or higher. And Kincaid, go look at his snap share over the course of the entire season. It wasn't very good. Even guys like, Mike Gesicki, Jonnu Smith, that's why like they have good years and then they disappear because the coaching staff needs to want to use them as just a pure big slot kind of player, right? Luke Musgrave's another one that MV Prof mentioned, right? Like where if they get any given year, they could get on that right team. Just think about the Bills. The Bills change offensive coordinators, during Kincaid's rookie year. They become more of a run heavy team. Well, Kincaid doesn't really fit that necessarily, and he plays less than over the course of the entire season, less than 60% of the snaps, right? Even Mike Gesicki. Why was Mike Gesicki, who had a good year for fantasy, why was he inconsistent? Well, go look at his snap share. He had one game where he played over 70% of the snaps, 2 other games over 60. And that's just hard. It's hard for, it's hard for guys to be consistent. Yeah. It's hard for guys to be consistent that way. So, Marv, no worries. Don't worry about it, man. Take care of your kids. Like, I had to bring the kids inside and miss my picks. You're all good, Marv. I made the picks for you. Hopefully you like them. You can make the last 2. But yeah, no worries, man. No worries at all. Oh, I need to make my pick here. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to go with my boy who had a great – did someone take him? Jalen Noel, I'm excited about because I already kind of like the film. I already like the film on him. And when you watch him, and then like his combine, his workout was awesome. His workout was awesome. He ran a 4.39. I think he had the best vertical and broad jump, or he was near the top in vertical. He was number 1 in one of those. Might have been the broad jump. And then near the top in the vertical. And that shows explosiveness. His 10-yard split was really damn good. Like I'm excited about Jalen Noel. Really, really excited. But that being said, like Loveland just could be like awesome. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Loveland's just better than if he's just better than Warren for fantasy. I really wouldn't be surprised, And I assume the team that's going to take him is going to use him, as a big slot. So yeah, I'm split, but probably prefer Warren in a vacuum landing spot as hypothetical makes. Yeah, that's fine. And if that's how you want to, essentially like what you're saying is, and I agree with you, they're in the same tier, right? It's 2 guys that are in the same tier. And yeah, like you take whoever you like more. By the way, the Harold Fannin Jr. pick is a great pick. And it's in a 1-point tight end premium league going to the Chargers 3rd round. I like that. Fannin tested well this weekend. Fannin tested well this weekend. So we're going to start up another mock draft, guys, by the way. So if you want to get into that, stick around. We're going to do another one here. I'm going to pause it at the end of the 3rd and get your opinion on the 3rd round and how you guys like it. But I love the Jalen Royals pick. Where did he go? Did he get drafted in this draft? I don't think he did. but that's fine. He's a great player. He's my wide receiver 5. Jalen Royals is my wide receiver 5. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's see here. I'm just moving down. If Ertz ever leaves, Sinnott will be a stud. Yeah, I think I like Sinnott a lot. I think it depends on landing spot. Plus, if Loveland gets the landing spot and you get him 6 picks later, I love the value. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue that if you're getting him 6 picks later. Again, guys, I keep saying it. This is a draft to trade back. Trade back if you have the 102. Trade back to the 106. Would you rather Omarion Hampton or Caleb Johnson and a 2026 first? Like, I'll take the extra assets. Like, I'm all about trading back here, especially if you need a quarterback. We see Mason Taylor go. Luke Musgrave 2, 107, 201, 207, and 8. I'm going to take at least thirds in this class. Yeah, for sure. I'll probably keep it linear, the roll, just because I know everyone does linear for their Dynasty rookie drafts, or most people do. So yeah, I'm going to keep it linear for sure. How would you feel leaving a draft so heavy with running back talent with 3 wide receivers? Yeah, to be honest, Brendan, I do a terrible job when I'm by myself mock drafting, an absolutely terrible job keeping track with the chat and stuff. I wouldn't feel great, but if you're telling me I get Ted McMillan and Matthew Golden, who are my wide receiver 1 and 3 at the 103 and the 203, I'm ecstatic, So I'm generally going to take best player available. And so if people are going to overtake the running backs, which they might. If people are going to overdraft the running backs, then I'm going to be happy taking some of the wide receivers that fall. But I don't feel great about this wide receiver class after like my top 5 or 6. Don't feel great with it. So yeah, Marv, you need a do-over for sure. Jack Besh is a great pick, by the way. Great pick. He actually gets drafted. Yeah, he goes to the Cowboys, and that's an amazing pick. That's a really, really good pick there. Man, I swear this draft is deeper than last year. I feel like it's deeper than last year because it's so running back heavy that you're going to be able to take good running backs in the 3rd round, or you're going to see what's happening here where so many running backs go in the first 2 rounds, and you get some solid – you get guys like Jalen Knoll, Iomanner, Harold Fannin, Royals, Mason. That 3rd round here, Torrey Horton is a guy that I like, and he tested well this weekend. Like, this 3rd round is pretty damn nice, in my opinion. It's pretty damn nice. Hear me out, startup draft. Man, if I had time for a startup draft, I would. I have about 30 more minutes, and I have to take off. But I would love to do a startup draft. We'll probably do one if I go live either Monday or Tuesday. I think we'll do one then. So join us tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll announce it in the Discord. So if you guys are not in the Discord, and I need to make a pick here for this player. Oh, DJ Giddens. Give me some DJ Giddens here. Yeah, so I'll probably do one. We'll do one for sure this week. And so join the Discord and obviously subscribe and hit the bell. Appreciate everyone in here. I love the enthusiasm. Like, the combine happens and we are all degenerates in here. I think we hit 30 people in a live stream, which is the most we've ever had in one live stream. I don't think we've hit 30 before. Maybe we have, but we hit 31, I believe, in this one. So like, I appreciate all of you in here, all of the regulars, all the new people. We just try to put out good Dynasty content. Have fun. I don't try to tell you guys like, hey, I'm right, you're wrong. I try to tell you this is my perspective to make you and myself better Dynasty players. I just say, hey, this is my thought process on this guy. Let me hear your thought process on this guy. There's people in here like the Roll and others. Like, the Roll has his convictions. Like, he believes in Ollie Gordon and he's gonna freaking clean up if Ollie Gordon is a good player in the NFL. Like, the Roll is going to be winning all his leagues because he's going to have Ollie Gordon on all of them. It's all about that. Like, there's too many people out there that are so much like, this is the right answer. And we know from football how crazy football is. There's no right or wrong answer. Like, stick with what you believe in and support and back up what you believe in. And like, that's all I ask for. So appreciate everyone in here. And Royals went to to Dallas in this mock. Did he go to Dallas? I think he went to the Steelers, Trenton. But either way, third round, Jalen Royals, and he's a third round pick. He's my wide receiver 5. So always best player available. I love this class. Yeah. By the way, I'm going to start up another mock here. And we'll do one more before I do have to take off. So I'm going to send the link here in the chat. So join if you'd like to join. Hop on in. I better grab my spot here. I'm gonna go at the end here, and I need to take my player. Who do I want to take? Oh, my boy Savion Williams goes to the Rams in this mock draft. I love it. Please use Savion Williams the right way. Please use him the right way. But yeah, join that mock if you want to. The other mock here if you want to get in on that. It might not be, Brendan. You might be right. I might have messed that up. Oh, you know what it is? I'm using an older one, so they updated it. They updated it here. So yeah, just use the one that I sent in the link. Use the one I sent in the link. Don't listen to the one I said before. Definitely use the one I sent in the link there. Appreciate you pointing that out, Brendan. Kenny Pickett comparable to Shedeur Pickett was drafted. I do think there's a chance Shedeur Sanders could fall. I don't think both quarterbacks fall, but I think one of them could. I don't know. You know what's funny with Shedeur Sanders is like he has everything that we look for. Like when we talk about quarterbacks, like we want them to be accurate. We want them to be pretty good under pressure, at least show signs of being good under pressure. And we want them to, be able to process pre and post snap. And like Shedeur does all those things, in my opinion, better than Cam Ward. And usually it's the arm talent guys we want to stay away from. But like everyone loves Shedeur, including myself. It's kind of a weird thing. I think Shedeur is really, I don't think there should be as much of a separation between Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. I just don't think there should be as of right now, when both of them could be going top 5. Shedeur Sanders could still be taken over, Cam Ward in the actual NFL draft. So 2025 is the year that Fig formation takes over Flock Fantasy. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but appreciate the enthusiasm. But we'll see. You never know. Hey, we have goals. I appreciate the guys at Flock Fantasy, though. They do some good work there. And, there's a lot of good content out there, but we all, come from educational backgrounds and the people that are on this channel. And we kind of take the approach of like, hey, I don't like just telling you guys that, I'm right, you're wrong, because I don't think that helps anyone. Like, no, this is what I think. Let me know what you think. And, I definitely learn from you guys. So maybe Alex is not in here. We'll just give him Brashard Smith here. How's your draft coming along? Let's see. Ollie Gordon, Jalen Milroe, ETN. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I like it. Again, I'm a little bit lower on Gordon than you are, but you can't hate taking Milroe at the 212, right? You can't hate taking him at the 212 there. Cam is going to fall. Sanders is not, and Dart is going to go top 10. There you go. I like it. I think the next mock is set to snake. Yeah, I'll change that before we start, Chris. Appreciate you pointing that out, though. By the way, as we finish up this mock, we do have another one being set up here. Join it. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 spots left. So hop in there if you want to get in there. 2025 Victor is going to rise this year. Book it. Appreciate you, Roll. And follow the Roll. He puts out content as well. So subscribe to his channel. Who do you think had the best mock? Man, that's tough. I had the best mock. No, I'm just kidding. It's hard to ignore. I think Mega Marv had a decent one. I like Brendan getting Judkins, Neil Royals. I think that's a pretty good one there. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good ones. Maybe I'll post that. We'll do one here, and then we'll do one here. Sorry, I'm just reading a message. We'll do another one, and we'll kind of check out everyone's mock, Paul. We'll try and check out everyone's mock there. but there's just a lot of good players. It's really hard to choose from. I mean, Ultimate Tiger getting Henderson, Scadaboo, Fannin. That's a really damn good draft there. I mean, Scadaboo going to the Bears. I think he went to the Bears, unless I'm looking at the wrong one, which I definitely could be. I watched all them guys come up. Probably take 2 to 3 years. They all get 20,000 subs. Yeah, it takes consistency and stuff. Takes consistency. So, yeah, and they do good work. One thing they have, and they do a lot of good graphics and editing and stuff like that. And that's something we're looking to improve on this year. But we want to focus on the content first, and then get to all that stuff kind of next. So, could probably speed up the process, piggyback off Dynasty Trades in 5. They're looking for some co-hosts. I really like. No worries, Marv. Don't worry about it. We're gonna hop into the other one here. I'll make the last pick. Yeah, I really like Dynasty Trades in 5. I think they put out. Again, I like the approach that they take in terms of we're here to teach you something, not tell you make this trade. We're here to tell you this is why. This is why you should make this trade, the process and stuff. So I really like Dynasty Trades in 5. Maybe I'll reach out to them if they are looking for co-hosts. I'd like to hop on one of their shows, and that would be a lot of fun here. But we will start up the next one here. I'll fix the settings. We got 2 spots open. 2 spots open. We are using. Let me send the link here. Can we see the mock draft? You mean the one we're basing it off of? Yeah, but I'll go through that right now because I sent you guys the wrong one, so I'll go through that the mock draft that we're basing it off of. As we're waiting for, just we got 2 more spots open. Hop in there, guys. I'll show you the mock draft that we're gonna be using, and I'll show you the right one because I was apparently reading off the wrong one. So let me show you the right one here. So this is the one we are basing off of. We got Cam Ward to the Titans, Shedeur Sanders to the Giants, Travis Hunter is a Patriot. None of that changes. Ted McMillan is a Panther. Genty is a Cowboy. Tyler Warren is a Colt. So nothing's changing there. Luther Burden is a Bronco. Luther Burden is a Bronco. Where are we at? Colston Loveland is Luther Burden's a Buck. Colston Loveland's a Bronco. Mecca Ibuka is a Charger. That's it for the first round. In second round, we got Jackson Dart going to the Raiders. Man, these ads are unbearable. We have Omarion Hampton is a Bear. Damn, I love that. Matthew Golden's a Jet. In the second round, Travion Henderson is a Bengal. Caleb Johnson is a Bronco. Alec Iomanner is a Steeler. Ooh, Jaden Higgins is a Raven. Don't love that. Trey Harris is a Texan. We have Jack Besh as a Bronco. As a Bill in the second round. Okay, interesting. Quinshot Judkins is a Raider. Jalen Milroe is a Saint. Isaiah Bond is a Raider. Jalen Royals is a Cowboy. Tez Johnson is a Cardinal. Elijah Arroyo and Mason Taylor back-to-back here. Bengal Seahawk. We have Cam Scadaboo as a running back to the Steelers. Ollie Gordon's a Charger. Savion Williams, a Jag. Restrepo, a Ram. Quinn Ewers, a Jet. Harold Fannin is a Saint. Jalen Knoll is a Brown. Dylan Sampson is a Viking. And yeah, that is the mock here. So we got 1 spot open, guys. Who wants the 101? I know the 101 is boring. It's not full. There's 1 more spot here. 1 more spot, guys. 1 more spot if you want to hop in. Texan spot free. Brendan, are you asking if we're doing mock drafts for real NFL mock draft? We're not doing that. We're just doing some rookie drafts here. Let me fix the settings here. Linear 1.5 on the clock. We got 1 spot open. Someone take that 101 spot here. And we will do let's do a 12-team PPR super flex 0.1 point point per carry league. Let's see how that changes things. So we're getting 0.1 point per carry. That's obviously going to push running backs up the board here. Let's do a 12-team PPR Superflex, 0.1 per point per carry. Mock is not full, Victor, if you want to hop in there. There's one last spot here. Would love for someone to claim that last spot. We'll give it another minute before we get going. But again, appreciate everyone watching. If you're watching on replay, make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, join our Discord so you'll never miss when we go live, and you'll get into some real leagues. If you want to join some real money leagues, we're going to be starting those up this week, actually. There is going to be one, Brendan. There is going to be one. We got two Brendans. Can you join that one, Victor? Can you join this one here? If not, Victor, and no one else claims it, you can just type in the chat who you want to take on each pick. So let me know if you can join that one. I'll give you another minute. Yeah, Brendan O, we're going to be doing real money leagues here. If you're in the Discord, join it. Yeah, join it, and we'll start those up this week. We're going to start getting people some interest in those. So, and we're going to be hopefully live streaming the real drafts, the real startup drafts. All right, Victor, then just tell me who you want at the 101 each time, all right? And yeah, just let me know who you want, and we'll do it that way because no one else is joining. So we got it at linear. Okay, so we're going to start this bad boy up. So just tell me, Victor, who you want for each one, and we'll just do it that way. Just asking when the actual draft happens. Judkins went to the Cowboys, for example, and Henderson to the Bucs. I could see taking Judkins over in that scenario. Brendan E. I would definitely take Judkins over Travion Henderson. And we got Victor says Genty at the 101 there because for the Buccaneers, for Henderson to go to the Bucs, that would be tough because I really like Bucky. Rachaad White's still there, so yeah, that would be tough for me. Now, if you're telling me if they both get pretty good teams, even if like Cowboys for Judkins and I don't know, like Raiders in the third round for Henderson and Judkins second round, I could still argue Henderson over Judkins because I like Henderson more. So I'm generally gonna ignore landing spot if they both have good spots and they're both at least day 2 picks. So, but if it's that scenario, then I could definitely take Judkins over Henderson for sure. Definitely take him over Henderson. As we see, Tet McMillan off the board, Travion Henderson off the board. I have to double check and make sure. Travion Henderson to the Bears, man. Oh, no, sorry, that's not Travion. Omarion Hampton to the Bears. That's a lovely spot. Travion Henderson to the Bengals. How do you guys feel about that? Henderson to the Bengals. Do you think he just overtakes Chase Brown? Or do you think it's gonna be a 1A, 1B type of situation there? I think Henderson's one of those backs that can survive in like a 1A, 1B type of situation. You know? Because I think he's a really good – I think he's a pretty talented pass catcher, personally. So I think he could survive those. Down with fun. Are you guys going to – first of all, so I know you're a Bears fan. You are a Bears fan, right? One, are you finally going to have a 4,000-yard passer? Because that's kind of crazy that the Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer. In a season. I know the Eagles were second to last team to do that, and they just did it. What was it, Wentz that did it back in like 2017 or something? Are you going to get a 4,000-yard passer, and are we going to see a big jump for the Bears here? Are we going to see a big jump? As we got Tyler Warren off the board. Again, remember, we are doing a 12-team Superflex 0.1 per carry. So we are doing a 0.1 per carry, guys. Remember that as we see Warren off the board at the 107. Hot hand and Henderson hands be on fire. Yeah. I think I think Henderson would be the back to have there because I think he's gonna catch more passes. It's just weird because like I don't see the Bengals taking a running back in the second round. I really don't. They're going to invest. They've already invested in Burrow. They're going to make Jamar Chase the highest paid player in non-quarterback in the NFL, right? Or offensive player, whatever they said. He's going to get a lot of money. They're potentially going to pay Higgins. Like, just find a. There's too many good running backs in this draft. Take one day 3 if you really want to grab one, and then focus on your defense and your offensive line. Like, I don't see the Bengals taking a running back in the first 3 rounds, but I could be wrong. Absolutely could be wrong. Out of Rhythm Fantasy Sports, what is up? He says Henderson is better in a running back by committee situation than standalone. I think I agree with you there, Out of Rhythm. I think I agree with you. And he could be very good. Like, he could be the Kamara to someone's Mark Ingram, right? Kind of guy. So, yeah, I like that for sure. As we see Loveland, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter is a first-round pick here. Man, that's a big – it's a risk, but it's you're hitting on it if absolutely hitting on it if you get that, if he becomes a receiver. So, man, who am I going to take here? I think I'm going to lean. I'm just going to go ahead and take Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka went in. He went to the Chargers, right? Yeah, he went to the Chargers here. I'll go ahead and take Emeka Egbuka. Ooh, Luther Burden's still there too, though. I'll take Emeka Egbuka. I like the landing spot more. My biggest hesitation with this class is that as talented as we think the running backs will be, a good portion will fall into timeshare. For sure. You're right. You're right. And another thing about this draft class is the fact that it's so deep at running back. Does that mean, and by the way, Victor, if you're still here, let me know who you want at the 201. Does that mean that teams are actually going to wait on running back a little bit and saying, hey, I'm not going to take a running back in the second round because there's so many good ones that I'll feel comfortable with in the third round. Or I'm not going to take one in the third round. Let me take one in the fourth round. And then all of a sudden, this draft class doesn't look that great. As Victor says, he wants Matthew Golden, which I love, at the 201 there. So it's interesting. It will be interesting for sure. By the way, guys, we've hit 38 live viewers. That's definitely our record by far. I appreciate all of you. I can see the Dynasty community is excited. Yeah, just make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you guys are new. Join our Discord. If you haven't already, there's a link a little bit up from the chat here. Join our Discord. We'll do people posting trade questions all the time. We do team reviews if you want that. We do Dynasty startup mocks, obviously rookie mocks, and we're going to do real money leagues this month. We're starting those. We're going to start putting those together this week, and hopefully we're going to start drafting those in the next couple of weeks. So join in there. Appreciate everyone. You're a Bears Ravens fan. Interesting. I've never had 2 teams. I was a Chargers fan, and then I kind of like separated myself when they moved from San Diego because I was born in San Diego, and like I know people make fun of West Coast like sports fans. We don't like. There's some very dedicated fans there, and that's a big rivalry, San Diego and LA. I'm a Padres fan. Padres, we hate the Dodgers. Like, so for the Chargers to leave San Diego to LA, even though it's still Southern California, it's not the same. So like my second team is just because my dad, who you guys see on this channel, is a Lions fan. Grew up in Michigan, and he's been a Lions fan his whole life. So I root for the Lions just because. Why not? We want to see a team that it's down tough, right, to win it. So I get a lot of people have 2 teams, which is interesting. It has to be NFC, AFC though, right? Like you can't have 2 teams both in the NFC or both in the AFC. You got to have one in each, I would say. That's my only qualifier there. Caleb will be our first 4K and 5K. Yeah, I'm a big Caleb fan, so I believe you. I don't know about 5K. He definitely could, but there's not many guys who hit 5K, but he'll definitely hit 4K. I couldn't let Ward. Yeah, I mean, getting Cam Ward at the 109, and man, if you need a quarterback, guys, and you have a top 5 pick, just trade back because you could still get Cam Ward. And obviously, Shador Sanders, like the Shador Sanders just went at the 204. At the 204, the 3rd overall pick here. That's insane. I really wanted to pick someone else now. It's all good, Marv. I think that was the right pick. I feel like his team's going to be down. The fans going to cheat for him and push the narrative. Yeah. Golden is wide receiver 2. He's my wide receiver 3 there, Victor. So I'm not too far off from you. When coach can't put up points, Hunter is in. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And they're going to use him in the red zone a lot. That I feel pretty confident in, that they'll use him in the red zone a lot. Let's go, Mike. Good name, by the way, Mike. Nugs Broncos, Ollie Gordon. Whoa, yeah. Ollie Gordon, he's a big, the role is he believes in Ollie Gordon, and he stands by that despite everyone telling him he's wrong, which I don't think we should necessarily, we could disagree with him, but to say that that's a ridiculous pick is, and I'm not saying you're saying this, Broncos, I'm just saying in general, like, if people are saying like, there's no way Ollie Gordon can go there, like, NFL is weird, man. We've seen weird things happen. Freaking Bucky Irving. Everyone would have called you crazy if you said Bucky Irving was your RB2 or something in last year's draft class, and look now. So yeah, it's but he goes. Did he get drafted in here? I don't think he did, actually. So, live in Chicago. I wasn't into football growing up. Got into fantasy as a way to stay in touch with my high school friends. Yeah, and was watching. Okay, The Wire while it happened. There, all right, it makes sense. Makes sense. I like it. It's funny. I'm curious how many of you guys started watching football because of fantasy. My brother, who's on this show, didn't watch football until he played fantasy as well. It's an interesting way to get it in. I kind of was like almost same year. I started fantasy in 2005, and I started really watching football in 2003. So I only had like about a year or so there. So I'm up on the clock here. Guys like McCord and Pat Bryant will be risers. RJ Harvey's been a 2-3 round. McCord. I like Harvey a lot. Pat Bryant's interesting to me too. I'm curious about Will Howard if he'll move up or not. I'll take Milrow on Dart. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my wide receiver 5 in this draft class. I'll go Jalen Royals. I don't even know where he went in the mock draft, but he went to the Cowboys. I love that. Then love that pick. Chargers a great landing spot. No real competition. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Who drafts Bond? I'm not the biggest Isaiah Bond fan. One thing I'll say about Isaiah Bond though is he has the tools. It's just the lack of production for me. Like, why weren't you producing at Alabama and Texas? And that worries me. Real quick, I want to pause the draft real quick. And Victor, you can tell me your pick if you're still here. But what's your guys' favorite pick in the first round or in the first 2 rounds? Because I didn't ask you after the first round. What's your guys' favorite pick in the first couple rounds in terms of the value? What do you think is the best value here? But yeah, Bond is interesting because like the tools are there, and I don't mind taking a shot on him. Probably in the 3rd round is as early as I would go personally, depending on where he goes. And again, I think in this mock draft, he went to the Raiders, so it's not a terrible spot for him. I'm willing to take a shot on him because if he hits, you might be getting something. But yeah, it's tough with Isaiah Bond. It's tough. I really wanted Ollie with that landing spot. I started after fantasy. Okay. Interesting. Last 3 seconds, I picked Sampson. Dylan Sampson's a great pick, man. He's a great pick. I think he's going to be a very good running back. And he went to the Vikings 3rd round. That's awesome. This is super flex. Yes, this is super flex. 0.1 per carry, by the way. Funny enough, my JMO, my favorite player, picked the Lions because they were trash and wanted to be a fan of a team that wasn't sad. My brother did the same thing with the Broncos. Sorry, with the Buccaneers. And then they won a Super Bowl like 3 years later. That asshole picks a team and they win the Super Bowl. I've never cheered for a team that have won a championship, unless you count the Chargers winning in like the 60s. Cam Ward at 9 is the only answer. Cam Ward at 9 is a pretty damn good value, man. I mean, what's a better value though? Cam Ward at the 109 or Shador Sanders at the 204? Oh, and you said though Sanders in the 2nd, yeah. Dylan Flynn says, you don't mind taking a shot on Bond there, to be honest. Late seconds or crapshoots. Look at everyone that drafted there last year. Yeah, that's true. And Bond has the tools. He definitely has the tools. That's just, again, lack of production there. Stole my Taylor pick. I'll take Trey Harris. Okay, I'll do that right now before I start it up. Dart or Sanders, Golden for me. It is super flex Broncos, so you like Dart and Sanders are they're really good values. Where did Dart go in this draft class or in this mock draft? He went to the Raiders. Yeah, that's a great pick. Sanders in the second. Agree though. Ward at 9 is best value. Hard to beat. Yeah, Sanders is probably a better value than Ward. Just getting him in the 204 spot. Love scooping up Sanders in the 201. No way that happens. Yeah. Although, man, people are just down. People are down on these. People are down on the quarterbacks this year. Trey Harris is going to be the pick for round 3. Let's get it going here. Trey Harris, as we got the 3:02 on the clock here. It's just from Tankathon here. It's their latest mock draft. I assume we're going to be getting some 3-round mock drafts happening post combine reaction tomorrow. We're going to get a lot of those, so we'll be doing our next mock draft. We'll be doing our next mock draft based on those for sure. So that's what we're doing. I haven't even been paying attention to this. It's so hard for me when I'm by myself. When I'm by myself doing this to keep track of the mock draft and stuff. So I'm sure there's been some misses here. You saw the link. No Higgins. Yeah, it's kind of shocking. So Higgins he went to the Ravens. How do you feel about that landing spot there, Rhythm? I'm just going to call you Rhythm, but Out of Rhythm Fantasy Sports. By the way, do you have a channel, Out of Rhythm? If you do, everyone should hop on and subscribe to the channel if you do. I feel like I've seen the name before. That's why I asked there. Let me see. I feel like I've noticed. I've seen the name before. Yeah, he does have a channel. Support the up and coming channels for sure. He does indeed. Yeah, no, Higgins is interesting, especially after his combine, right? He did go to the Ravens, though. How do you like that landing spot? Jaden Higgins to the Ravens. It's second round, though. It is second round. Besh, and we see Higgins and Besh go. Those are really good picks. This is what happens. We said this in the last mock draft. Like, running backs get taken, tight ends, whatever. Like, you get good receivers that could turn out here in the third round. Trey Harris, Savion Williams, Higgins, and Besh. I like all those guys in the third round. I like all those guys in the third round. By the way, we just hit 40 live viewers. That's definitely our record. We set 2 records tonight. 40 live viewers. We've never had 40 or more. We just went back down to 39. But I saw the 40. That's all that matters. We hit 40 live viewers. Appreciate everyone that stopped in and mocking with us. So just hit the like button. That's all I ask. Hit the like button, subscribe, and that's all I ask for. So appreciate it. If people are down with Sanders, let me be down with Vaughn and Scoop him. I don't even love him, but yeah, exactly. It's so easy the positional value there is just way too easy to get. I mean, Milrow is not a bad one either in the third round. So Ravens trash spot unless you're a tight end slot. Yeah, I mean, I think Zay Flowers would be a better receiver than Higgins. Definitely a better prospect. And they can't even make Zay Flowers a consistently good option. So I do hate that landing spot, but I do like Higgins. Appreciate you. Raven seems like it's a bad spot for wide receivers only because they have Jackson scrambles a lot and a lot of it's just their offense runs through Lamar and Derrick Henry, and then you have Andrews, you have Zay Flowers, you have Bateman's still another year, right? Guys like that. So yeah, it's a tough landing spot for sure. I am on the clock here. I'm sure there's someone I'm missing in terms of who got drafted. I like the Besh pick. Damn. Man, I guess I'm gonna go. Wait, did my guy go? Did my guy Jalen Knoll go? He did not. I'm gonna take Jalen Knoll here. Go to the Browns, which don't love it, but I really like Jalen Knoll a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and grab him. Is underdrafted. Yeah, I agree. And he killed it. He killed it at the combine. And again, like the combine shouldn't be your be all end all, but if it backs up what you see on film, if you watch film, or backs up what you see in the numbers, then that's how you should be using the combine. Or you should be saying, hey, this guy tested well. Did I miss something here? Let me go back and see what I missed, type of thing. So Jordan James at the 312 here as we end it. We're ending our we got our last round here. Victor, if you're still here, let me know who you're rolling with here as we finish off the round 4. Start thinking about who you guys, which team you guys like the most. Start thinking about that, and I'm gonna, let me know which team you guys like the most here. Jalen Noel is definitely underrated. I think the Ravens are not as bad of a landing spot as we think. They clearly want to have more weapons involved. Lamar showed great growth as a passer. Yeah, you're right. It's just, yeah, I'm just worried now if they get another receiver. Tyler Shuck, okay, let's do it. They get another. Oh, he's not in here, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and just say I'll take a random tight end here, and we'll say the 401 here is Tyler Shuck, which is a weird way to say his name, how it's spelled. But going back to this, my issue though is if you draft another receiver to the Ravens second round, you're starting to get a lot of mouths to feed on a team that's already struggling to support, a consistent option besides Mark Andrews. So Bateman had a better season than what he's had. Yeah, it was a little surprising. I think Bateman's a good player. He's always going to be like, Rashad Bateman sucks because he busted as a first-round pick. But the fact is, we never respect, okay, yeah, he busted as a first-round pick, but he's still, a professional wide receiver that provides something to an offense and to the Ravens. And, we got to take it for what it is. Kind of like Nelson Aguilar there for a few years. I know he's always going to be looked upon as, kind of a bust. But at least he became something, and he's still in the league. So Noel greater than Bond. I have Noel over Bond. I do for sure. He's not okay. Yeah, we got that. Grab some diversity. I like it, Marv. I like it a lot. We see Tej Johnson. How do you guys feel about Tej Johnson? I feel like him not running in the 4.3s or even low 4.4s kind of hurts his chance to go day 2. I think that was his that was going to be his chance to go day 2 is to run in the 4.3s. I know he got drafted in this mock draft this world we're living in. He went to Cardinals. So, yeah, I think it sucks for Tej Johnson, but he could still be good though. You never know. He has to go to the right team though. 6, 7, and 12. All right, we'll check those out as the draft ends here. Victor, my bad. And you're right. Why did he not? Oh man. Okay. I'm going to be quiet there. Bashal Tootin off the board here, runs a 4.32. I like Tootin. I like Tootin just because, and he's not just fast. The dude breaks tackles. He has one of the better broken tackle rates in this draft class. I'm going to double check, make sure I'm not talking out of my ass there. But yeah, so I think only Genty had a better broken tackle rate than Bashal Tootin last year, elusive rating, which is, forcing missed tackles. Only Genty had a better forced missed tackle rate according to PFF. So Damian Martinez off the board, Dylan Gabriel off the board. Tootin. Yeah, I like Tootin a lot. I like him a lot. Giddens did go. Giddens is a nice pick here. I was shocked that Giddens ran in the low 4.4s. What was it, 4.43? I was shocked about that. I thought low 4.5. I was going to be like, all right, that's good. Don't run like a, not even that I care too much, but stay below a 4.55 or something. And he ran a 4.43. And his lateral, you watch him. As I mute myself there, his lateral movement. My microphone's messing up. There we go. Yeah, I think he's a great player. Giddens. I'm really excited about DJ Giddens. I hope he goes I hope he goes in the on day 2. We got Marv taking Woody Marks here. Moody Marks off the board. We got Jaden Blue off the board. I didn't see hold him during the college fantasy season. He had him during the college fantasy season. He killed it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I don't even know who's on the board. Let's see here. You know, it's someone I just want to bring up his name. Donovan Edwards was like, if you play Devi, like he was like the next big thing, right? Like for running backs, when even Blake Corum was there at Michigan, and like he had a sneaky good combine. Donovan Edwards, I know, I know. As I keep muting myself, I know his production fell off, which is obviously a problem. But yeah, I just wanted to throw his name out there. Like, don't forget about Donovan Edwards if he, gets a sneaky good spot. So let me know, guys, what your favorite team is here in this mock. And I'm sorry for my microphone; it keeps like cutting out. So I'm just going to leave it. I know it probably sounds weird through my headphones right now, but I'm just going to leave it like that because it just keeps cutting out and muting me. So, and plus we're coming to an end here. Nugs Bronco. It's weird to say just Nugs. I'm just going to say Nugs now. Nugs, if you want to join, well, 2 things. The easiest way is if you're in our Discord. If you're in our Discord, I announce when we go live. I announce when we go live every time. And so that will be a quick way to get in. Obviously, hit the bell. Hit the bell and subscribe, and you'll know when we go live. And then I'll send the sleeper invite through the live chat. So it's kind of first come, first served. As we get closer to the NFL draft, these are going to fill up more. So get in now and mock with us. We usually go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. I'm probably going to add Sunday night now, given the turnout for tonight. I'm going to add Sunday night into the rotation, maybe take away like a Thursday. But Mondays, we usually go live around 6 Eastern. Wednesdays around 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday mornings or afternoon, around noon Eastern. And now probably Sunday evenings around this time we'll be going live. So, but yeah, just join the Discord, hit the bell, and that's the best way to join it. But all right, let's see the teams here. So I heard, what was it, 6, 7, 12 killed it. Down the Fun says he killed it. Travion Henderson, Shedeur Sanders, Jaden Higgins, Quinn Ewers. That's a pretty damn good draft there. You get Travion Henderson, obviously. Jaden Higgins is a great pick at the 304. Shedeur Sanders is probably the best value. And then Quinn Ewers. Did he get drafted in this mock? Quinn Ewers is a 3rd-round pick to the Jets, so it's hard to deny that. Team 6, I heard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Caleb Johnson, Devin Neal, R.J. Harvey, and Torrey Horton. Yeah, I like those picks. For sure. I probably would have taken Samson over Neal, but that's just me personally. I'm a Samson guy over Neal, but I like Harvey and Horton as dart throws. Team 7 here. Is that right? Team 7, Tyler Warren, Jackson Dart, DJ Giddens, Damian Martinez. That's a pretty damn good draft. I'm not going to lie. Pretty damn good draft there. And who was it? Yeah, I love Giddens. I mean, Warren at the 107 is great. Jackson Dart is good at the 207 in a super flex league, especially when he goes early 2nd round. Damian Martinez is a good running back. Didn't get drafted in this mock, but I think he's a good, solid running back. And what was the other one we said? Team 12. Luther Burden, Mason Taylor, Jordan James, and Raheem Rocket Sanders there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Luther Burden at the 112 is a great value. Mason Taylor, where did he go in this mock draft? He went to the Seahawks in the 3rd round, so I like that for sure. And then someone said Marv had the best draft. I'm not going to say who, but Cam Ward at the 109 is in contention for one of the best value picks. Dylan Sampson, I love it. Big Dylan Sampson guy, Xavier Restrepo, and Woody Marks. So that is a really good draft as well. A lot of good drafts here. I mean, the Roll gets his guy, obviously Hampton, Gordon. I love Savion Williams a lot. Did he get drafted in this mock? He did, to the Jags. I think that I find that interesting, actually. I think that's a pretty good landing spot there. And then Will Howard, who, we'll see if he goes in the 4th round or something. So Ted McMillan, Alec. I like that draft there. Quinshawn, Scadaboo, Bet. This is a really good draft too. Combustibles. Let me go back to Brendan real quick. Ted McMillan, Alec Manor to the Steelers. Okay. Milrose, a great pick. That's a really good draft too. Did Tez Johnson get drafted here? He did to the Cardinals. That's right. Yeah, that's a good draft for sure. I mean, there's a lot of good drafts here. Combustibles, Judkins, I love Scadaboo. And Scadaboo went to the Steelers. Love it. He feels like a Steelers running back, huh? Jack Besh is a great pick. I mean, he goes end of the second round to the Bills. And Jack Besh, you get him in the third. And then Bashal Tootin, I think I might like Combustibles the draft the most, to be honest. I think that's a really damn good draft. Hard to argue with getting, a quarterback in the 204 here, but yeah, man, some good drafts here for sure. Appreciate you out of Rhythm. Not a fan of Quinn Ewers. I'm not a fan of Quinn Ewers either. And my rule of thumb for quarterbacks taken in the third round or later is one of two things. You need to have one of two things for me to draft you, really. You need to be able to run the ball, which obviously Quinn Ewers doesn't. Or you need to go to a team that knows how to develop quarterbacks or have a good offense. The Vikings, the Rams, the 49ers of the world, teams like that, where I can feel, okay if you were the starter. Now, Quinn Ewers goes to the Jets, which are not one of those teams. However, you have a new coaching staff in there. You have, Aaron Glenn. Let's see, that could be different. And you could definitely see Ewers being the starter this year. So, but yeah, we're gonna finish up there, guys. Again, appreciate everyone watching. We hit over 40 live viewers, which was amazing. I don't think we've ever hit 30. We hit over 40 in this one. So just appreciate everyone. If you want to join us for next time, you know how. The quickest way, is to just subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we go live, but also to join our Discord is a quick way to get in there. Also, exciting news, we're going to be doing real leagues together, real money leagues. You're going to be playing against me, my brother, my dad, other listeners in this channel. Real money. We're going to be doing hopefully the drafts, the startup drafts live. And we can do those live and live stream those and all that kind of fun. So join the Discord. Link is in the description. And yeah, join us in the next time for the live show. So don't like Ewers either, but the Jets would be a juicy enough landing spot to get. Exactly. You're a fourth round pick, like most of these guys, as much as we want to talk ourselves into, Bashal Tootin's going to be an amazing player. Most of these guys are probably not going to hit. Probably once you get past like the 206-ish, a lot of those guys aren't going to hit, And so, yeah, if it does, getting a quarterback in the fourth round is money in a super flex league. So, but again, appreciate everyone a lot. If you're watching on replay, appreciate you too. And yeah, we'll be back. We'll definitely be throwing in Sunday nights into our rotation of live streams because we got a pretty good turnout here, which makes sense because it's Sunday night. So appreciate you guys. Check out the videos coming out this week. There's going to be a lot of content as always. And see you all in the next live stream. Catch you all then.